Kaboom.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB show. This is Amit.
And Dominic, why are you
I'm
laughing?
smiling because I'm just reading a comment from one of our previous episodes where Prem goes, Amit, you look like you had a rough night, bruh. And I was like, damn, that's a great. I didn't see that comment until just now.
Did you see my comment under it?
I did. Up all night dyeing his hair is what Dominic said. It says, yeah, it says the man who does this on a regular basis, while Amit doesn't have to. I'm just luckier than Dominic in this scenario. Dominic got the height, but he also had the hair loss, the lack of body function, the general obesity, as well as the fact that he claims to be young and spry. But all right.
Speaking of
young and spry. Okay, where does this go?
The exact opposite. This is going to be, as I always say, a short episode.
Okay.
Kind of like we dubbed Amit in the bedroom.
Nobody literally says nobody at all. Yeah. I mean, wow. All right, continue.
All right, let's go. What you got?
I just done said you got something and you go, yeah, speaking of, and then you went nowhere with any of that.
Right now, you just asked me?
Oh my God, sir.
Agree to disagree.
Right. We'll move on. We'll move on. So I don't know if you saw Pepsi. I know you don't drink soda pop. Or do you anymore?
I'm also not from the 1960s. So
say soda pop?
Yes.
No, if you go up north, they still say pop.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
This one over here, man. I'm trying to reach the audience around the country, son. No, but for real.
We're regional now.
When was the last time you had Pepsi or Coke?
I had a sip of it sometime this year, and it had been so long that it was horrible. No, not burnt. It was just so damn sweet.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I lived on it. I used to drink 5-6 Pepsis a day.
It's obvious. We know that. Looking at you drank 5-6 Pepsis a day. Oh, yes, thank you. But point is, they're changing the logo. They're 125 years. Just in time for its 125th. Yeah, they've changed it multiple times, but now they're going back to like the logo we had when we were kids.
Oh, okay.
So it became like
they were changing it for the first time in 100.
No. In time for the 125th birthday, they're changing it again. So back in the day, it was like red at the top, blue at the top, or whatever, and it said Pepsi in the middle. And then they did all the stuff and just made it the colors without the word.
Oh, I kind of like the original.
And now it's going back to the original game, right? Which is easy to believe because they pay a lot of marketing companies a lot of money to do that. And somebody's like, hey, let's just
so this company came back and said, you know what, for $4 million.
You know that happened. Yeah. Let's go back to what you had before. And that's what happened here. But yeah, so coming back, and I was like, I did not realize this was the thing. And literally in the article, by the way, it goes, the Black Can Pepsi Zero Sugar line that the brand hopes to keep Gen Z drinking pop. Says it damn near in the article. Now, I don't know which city or state does this or writes this article, but that was the dynamic there. And this is an article from the Morning Brew. But yeah, they caught up. So I didn't realize the situation there.
Do you drink Pepsi?
Diet. If I drink a soda, it's a Diet Pepsi or a Coke. Either or. If I go to Taco Bell, it's probably a Diet Pepsi along with that. But
you actually like the taste, or is it because of the sugar? You've become accustomed to the
taste.
I've
become accustomed
because there's no way you liked it at first.
No. But now that I've gone the diet route for both Coke and Pepsi, if ever I have them, I need to stick with diet. If I do the regular, it's impossible. I feel like my teeth are about to rot in sugar.
Oh, so you taste the sugar too?
Oh my God,
It's weird because I never used to. I don't know.
No, we were kids. It was fine. That was.
I mean, yeah, I'm talking into adulthood.
Oh, I mean, you look at like even like when we had like cola champagne and all that stuff. You ever tried one of those?
That's too sweet for me now.
Bridget, that was too sweet for anybody then. It's like 30 grams. I think it's like 40 grams of sugar.
I'm going to Jamaica this week. My mom literally was at the supermarket. She's like, I'm gonna buy you some cola champagne. I said, no, please. I love you. Thank you. No, I can't do it anymore.
You can't. It's aggressive. It really is bad. Like you feel it. You're like, this feels horrible on my teeth. And the only time I actually have cola champagne or whatever is in Jamaica, right? Or if I'm getting Jamaican food, I'm like, you know what? I'll do nostalgia. And then it's just too much nostalgia at one time, and I can't drink
it. For those of you who don't know, it's amazing grapefruit soda from Jamaica. Every few months, I'll bring some home for my kids. Stop at a Jamaican restaurant. But I can't even drink the whole thing. I have a few sips because it's so sweet for me now.
Virgin, it's sweet, and then my chest
it's like 900 grams of sugar.
It's so aggressive. But also, your average Jamaican, like this is like part of the day-to-day situation. Like I drank this all through high school, right? Like I went to boarding school in Jamaica for a little bit. You went to you didn't go to Bel Air. You went to school in Kingston, right?
Yeah.
Did you buy lunch at
Yeah, it
school?
was so good. I bought lunch there. It was so good. It was $20 box lunch with a soda and a sweetie. Yeah.
For a sweet, fuck, a
I remember.
sweet. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
How do you describe a sweetie to somebody in this situation?
I mean, a piece of candy.
No, but it's not candy. It's like a mint. It's like an ice
Yeah.
mint. No.
Yeah.
So it's like a post meal mint, right? You would get it like a Pizza Hut or something like that, like one of that kind of thing. But it's better. It wasn't like the white and red ones you're familiar with in America. It was a different color. But
They
yeah,
still make icy mint?
I would assume so. Again, icy mint is just that. It's just a mint that has like a really, really strong menthol flavor and got dubbed icy mint.
I bought lunch at school and I had soda every single day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You had a soda and you had the buck. So, but I was extra frugal / broke. So I would get a half lunch. I had a full lunch and a half lunch. I may have talked about this in the past. And a full lunch was rice and chicken and and like I think there's a little bit of like they call it salad, but straight up it's just cabbage and some carrots cut up. Yeah. And something else, right? So you eat it, you're like legit full. It's like a proper lunch. And then I would get a half lunch because full lunch was kind of expensive. And the half lunch was straight up like chicken fried rice with a very limited amount of chicken. And if the lady was nice to you, she'd put a little gravy on there for you. So you'd be like, all right, you're good. And so it was just straight up just rice. Just give me just straight carbs. And that was half lunch. And I would live on the half lunch game because, budget constraints. It blows my mind.
So that school you're talking to, remember I went there for a hot minute, and my first day of school there, I smelled the lunch and I vomited. It had hairs all. Like sometimes you get pork and it has those hairs. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I literally know what you're talking about. And
the chicken had these things, dog, and I smell it. From then on, I brought lunch to school every single day. Never bought lunch there at Cornwall.
I'm talking about Bel Air. At Cornwall, I'm talking about Bel Air. At Cornwall, we had like regular box lunch, but Fritz used to go off campus and buy us like food.
Bev would make me a sandwich with whatever dinner was the night before. Should turn that into a sandwich for me. That was my lunch.
It blows. But my point being, like soda, this, and even in Jamaica, you have box drinks too. And a box drink is literally just sugar water. It's like it's Kool-Aid in a box. And not the little boxes what the kids have nowadays. You put the straw in like a half milk carton box.
So let me ask you this:
why don't you just ask?
If you have kids one day, right? What are your thoughts on? Because you tend to avoid this stuff not for the health benefits, for the physical appearance benefit.
Yeah, right. Straight up, yeah. I gotta look and.
So now with your kids, what do you think? Do you not care because they're kids, or do you try to help them their physical, or do you help them because they're kids with their health? Have you thought about what you would allow them to have? These kind of things. Would you ban this stuff? Would you fully allow it all day long, or would you do it in moderation?
No, there's everything's moderation for me. With somebody else. With me.
No, but think about it. As a parent.
I want them to have like what I had. I have ice cream, have soda, have all the things that are there.
Because I had it as a kid every day, all day long.
No, I wouldn't do that, right? Again, but I'm looking at you and going, I don't want that for my kid. Right? I'm looking at me and I go, I want what I have. Amit, I want another one of these. This guy knows what he's doing. So yeah, moderation. But no, for sure. Like there's no need to not even a matter of need.
This kid beat you in a swim meet as a kid. Also has never lost to you in a sprint.
Has never lost. Yeah, Dominic tried to run right now. He would pull an immediate hamstring. You could not run anything now. If you try to run right now, you would definitely hurt yourself really bad. And so would I, by the way. I'm not lying to you. I tried to run a sprint a year ago, and I pulled my hammy on my left, and I was out for like 4 months. Legit.
I remember that. And I don't know if you just heard it. Maybe if we listen back to this, I just moved in my chair. My knee just went a loud ass pop.
And this guy. No, the same guy.
So what would you do?
No, I would
every day, or it's like a few days a week. You guys can have this kind of like.
No, I don't like scheduling things for other people, but I'd be
it's more intuitive.
Yeah, so if I see them like, yo, if we're having dinner as a family, and I'm assuming that's the thing. I don't know what families do nowadays because it's different from when we were kids. No, I don't know people sit down for dinner together anymore. Like legit.
It's a lot harder now. But
that's my point. You sit down for dinner with your kids and wife every night?
Not like at the dining table, more at the kitchen counter because
but you're sitting together and eating at the same time.
We try to, but it doesn't always happen.
This is exactly my point. So I'm saying if I see them, right, like I'm not gonna just have like I don't have soda in my house. You feel me? And I wouldn't have soda in my house either if I had kids or whatever else, right? There'd be like juice.
Okay, that's one of the questions. Yeah.
Just so then we go out and you want to get a
moderation. If you're at the restaurant and they want something,
do your thing. Have all the soda you want, right? Not all, but have soda. And again, I'm sure time of day matters too. I don't need a kid hopped up on caffeine at friggin' like, 8 p.m. Right. So I play the game a little differently there. But yeah, like when we were kids, I should
If
say
they
we.
wanted sodas in the house, you would say no, like all the time. If they want,
I don't
you
know.
just said
I
you
don't
wouldn't
have
have
them.
sodas in the
I'm
house.
sure if they whined enough and I liked them enough, I'd get it.
If you liked them enough, if you liked your own kids enough, and they whined enough, they played the cards right.
Yeah, they play their cards right. They're gonna get stuff. That's the way it works, isn't it? Like, isn't there that? I know if I did with my parents, like, come on, please, and eventually you get that, right? With that being said, I have cereal, right, and the same thing. Cereal's got sugar in it too. With that being said, by the way, and I don't mean to disparage certain brands, but I bought one of these cereals off of IG that's supposed to be the healthy protein cereal that tastes good.
Oh, I've
I'm
heard
not throwing
about
a brand
What's
out
it
there.
called again?
I'm not throwing the brand out there because I don't want to
What
disparage
does
the
it
brand.
start with?
Huh?
What does it start with?
With an M.
I think I know the one you're talking
Yeah.
about. My friend Ross loves it. I'm like,
It was
just doesn't
not
seem
for
like
me.
it. Yeah.
Nope. I tried 4 flavors, and nope for the 4 flavors, and I felt bad because I was like,
Is it weird? Is it weird sweetener in there?
Yeah,
like I can't
the
deal with
sweetener's
stevia.
off.
Even though stevia is fine, I can't deal with
Yeah,
stevia.
no, same thing. It wasn't stevia. Like the sweetener was off, and then like the consistency, like it was crunchy, which is good. They're all like circular shaped, like Cheerios. And so the one I had most recently was supposed to like their Fruit Loops version, and it was. Yeah, it just didn't work, man. It was like almost having like Fruit O's or something like that. It just didn't work. And I was like, yeah, I can't. And so I was trying to go the healthy cereal route. And then I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. At this point, just do cereal the way I do it now, which is in moderation. There's no value in this thing at all. But I did try.
The interesting thing is, as a parent, right, you're either helping to set your kids up for an easier life or struggles later on, right?
Mm-hmm.
My parents definitely didn't set up for easier.
Your parents made your life easier.
A million other aspects in life, yes, and they still do. With the food aspect, hell no, right?
Well, hold up. Neither did mine. I remember I used to have milkshakes after dinner on a pseudo regular basis, like legit, like chocolate milkshake post dinner at like 9 o'clock at night as a kid.
Dude, I had grape nut ice cream every single night. I had sodas all day long. We'd fly up to America and bring back Lego waffles, fruit roll-ups. Like
I'm sorry, what kind of waffles you call them?
Lego my ego. No, it don't name Lego?
Lego is pieces that you build together for construction.
Oh,
Eggo is the waffle you're talking about. It's Lego of my ego. Eggo is a waffle.
No, first of all, it don't name Lego of my ego.
I'm helping you out because you said Lego
my ego.
Yeah, but again, Eggo is a waffle.
You're right.
Lego is a plastic. Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Damn,
but continue.
Lego waffles. You're right. Randomly, don't waffles kind of look like Legos?
No.
Random thought. Yeah.
It's not random. It is a very random thought.
So yeah,
wow.
Okay. So yeah, but the junk food. I remember college. I remember high school drinking Pepsis. All I'd have for breakfast is just glasses and glasses of Pepsi from the cafeteria. After college, or in college, when I got my first apartment, I'd buy Pepsi by the caseload and just stock my fridge. Like, that shit's horrible for you. It's poison. Literal poison.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But that's without informing our kids, because the influence of branding by these products and it being pushed in their face, and the convenience of it, access to it everywhere, which is sad because other parts of the world have now caught up to Western civilization in terms of the badness of and the ramifications of these lifestyles because of the access. Like I just mentioned, in Jamaica, yes, we had sodas, of course, bad stuff, and access to ice cream, but there's so much more now. Like if you go to the supermarket, literally every piece of poison candy is there, which we didn't have before, right? I was grabbing them from America, right? You go in a supermarket now in Jamaica, you have aisle of just candy and junk food. We didn't have access to all of that. And then that's readily available. We're talking in where we're shopping, but where the entire countries now, even in rural areas, have that. Like when I do my you're gonna laugh, when I do my hike through Child from the bottom of Spring Farm, right, up to I can't remember what that town is called, a couple hour hike. it's in like the boondocks, but I'm seeing junk food trash on the floor, right? So it's people living in the middle of nowhere having this stuff. It's
But there's
sad that the
also,
rest of the world is now caught up.
but some of that's cost based. Like I've said this
Yes,
before,
but
I used to buy
it's a
nothing because
combination
they're
of
cheap.
cost and access.
True.
Because for so many people, where the cost doesn't matter, it's the ease.
Agreed.
It's threefold. It's cost, right? It's access and it's ignorance.
But like
And
I said
sometimes
to you,
it's a
right?
dynamic. Sometimes it's strictly just cost.
That's
Sometimes
what
it's
it's me.
many times it's access because there is nothing else. Food deserts, right? So even for those who would want something different, or even access to an apple or a banana, but don't have access. And other times it's ignorance. It's just like, this is food, and it's what sugar does to our brain, and how we feel we want and need it over something else. Because I get it. You know, what times I'd rather a Kit Kat over a damn banana.
All the time. Actually, no.
All the damn
in the
time.
morning, I don't want a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I do. Speaking of which, I still have Kit Kats in my fridge from Japan with all the flavors. I've been going through randomly every now and then.
Why are they in your fridge?
That's where I store my Kit Kats. You store yours in the cupboard?
You're one of those people. Ugh.
Yeah, I grew up in Jamaica where everything went in the fridge. It would melt.
Ugh.
You don't like cold Kit Kats?
Cold anything.
I mean, you don't like cold anything. All your chocolate stored outside?
100%. The meltier, the better.
No, man, because you're peeling it off the thing then.
Yeah, and then you're licking it.
Wow.
That's what she said.
That's literally not where I was going to go at all. That is not where I was going to go at all.
Anyway,
okay, yeah.
On a different note,
uh-huh.
You remember Fred Hampton? We talked about this. The Black Panther, one leads of Black Panther. The FBI and police conspired to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it was the movie that came out. I can't remember what it was last year. Was heavily focused on the spy that infiltrated his camp.
Played by Lakeith Stanfield.
Yes. So COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, I think.
Okay.
Was a series of covert and illegal projects actively conducted by the FBI to disrupt and discredit movements like the Black Panther Party, but also communist parties. It's around again. And this is getting no news. It's crazy. The FBI used an undercover cop to spy on activists and manufacture crimes in Colorado. A detective at the Colorado Springs Police Department was placed to infiltrate BLM leaders and tried to influence them to commit a series of gun crimes. Try to influence. I don't think that you said the word influence. Influence them, to which thankfully they did not. Right? And the FBI had paid tens of thousands of people in the summer of 2020 to also do the same kind of thing. So still, how much years later? 60 odd years later, the FBI is sending spies into these organizations to try and infiltrate them and not just gain knowledge, but to try and cause them to commit crimes, right? Setting them up. It's mind-boggling to me how we're still doing this and how this isn't one of the biggest topics in the country.
It's crazy. It's a simple way to put it. Like, it legit is. It's crazy that same tactic still works, by the way, as well. Right? Because imagine how people have been put in prison for that, right? Because they've been coerced into doing stuff, and that's not entrapment either. Apparently,
Buju.
There's a way
Free
around
Buju.
it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't understand that I don't understand how entrapment works. What is and what isn't. I don't.
Yeah, this is. I don't know how to describe this one. Yeah, I don't know. There's obviously nuance here because it's not entrapment, obviously, because then that would be a problem. But no, it's.
I don't. What is the point of this? Why are you trying to get people to commit crimes?
Really?
I mean, the point is to discredit organizations and lock them up. But
yeah,
how is that justifiable in the land of the free in America? I don't get it.
We've established that that's not the case. We've established that already, right? I mean, you're looking at. I mean, look at things from the other way around. You heard about Afroman? Do you remember that cat?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
I do.
and you heard the
Because
story.
I got high
You
was
read
his
the
main
story.
son. I heard the story, but tell the public. Yes.
So, dude is getting sued. So police raided his house, right? They had
And
a
I
warrant.
believe found nothing.
Correct. They did find nothing. They
I don't know
raided his
what the
house for
cause was.
drugs, I think it was. And they found
Afroman, he had
absolutely
that because I got high. You guys probably know
correct.
that song.
So they raided his house in Ohio. It was 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective of Adams County.
No, more rated it. Those are the
Those ones
ones.
who filed the suit. Apologies.
Yes.
Okay. And so what he did was he's got cameras in his house because, security and stuff like that. So he used the footage from the raid in a music video that he put out shortly thereafter, that went on the interwebs. And so they're suing him for using their images for that purpose. Now, I find this interesting, and I don't know how this is going to play out, but I find it interesting because it's not like you're going to have somebody come into your house and sign a waiver to use their likeness, right? Because they're breaking into your house anyway. And again, I'm sure he didn't want these people in his house. But this is part of the game that I find very interesting. I don't know how, to me, I think he should be in the clear, but this is a very simple dynamic for me where I'm like, you came to my house. So by default, because if I can shoot you in my house, I should damn near be able to use your likeness in something else, I would assume. But that's the simple way for me to put it. Right. And in essence, so and then he used the proceeds from the songs, music videos, and live event tickets, as well as promotional stuff. And he sells beer, marijuana, t-shirts, so on and so forth. So these individuals are seeking a court injunction to take down all videos and posts containing their personas. And I think he shouldn't. But again, what do I know? I don't know the actual legal aspects here, but it's crazy to me. It's crazy when you can come back and be like, hold up, man, I'm raiding your house. I found nothing.
But the best
ruined
part
your
is
house.
But the best part is he would not. Let's say that during this raid, which they did not. Let's say during this raid, one of them punched him or her.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be able to sue them. Qualified immunity.
So this is very interesting, right? And so I think it's awesome that it's out there. And the sad reality is sad reality as well. Once things are out there in the interwebs, even if they take it down, they can be up there and it wouldn't be on him because it's out there now. So, it's kind of
if I'm him, I'd do something like, hey guys, don't put this everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Do not tweet it at least 10 times over and over for the next 2 months. Yeah. Don't put it in the cloud.
It's all these things.
Don't remix it. Don't do anything like that. Do not bring any attention to this whatsoever. That's what I do.
Bro, it blows my mind there's even a situation there. Right? Go ahead.
Did you ever listen to that? It might have been the most famous or what started the genre of serial. What's the podcast genre?
I was literally just looking at it right now. Serial is the name of the podcast.
Oh,
and then the
True
story
crime,
was
True crime
podcast about
which are huge. I know so many people. I've never listened to those kind of things. But
really, this particular one is real. This one really kind of kicked
off the kind of genre, didn't it?
Yeah.
So talk about it.
So there's a gentleman named I listened to it. I was on the plane listening to this one. I got through it in no time. And this before I was listening at 1.5 speed. So I was listening at regular time. There's a court case with a gentleman named Adnan Syed, and he was convicted of murdering his former high school girlfriend. There wasn't, and so Serial, which is this podcast. So if you haven't listened to it, go ahead. It's pretty awesome. They actually have a new series out right now. They did a whole, I think it was 10 episodes on the case where they were interviewing people, trying to understand how they did stuff and whatever else. He obviously maintained his innocence the whole way through, because there wasn't enough, there wasn't enough evidence. And a lot of the evidence was generally spotty. They were using cell phone evidence to triangulate stuff, but it was a very large area. And they're like, okay, by default, he must have been doing something here. They're trying to pinpoint activity based on inconsistent information. And so when Serial did its further follow-up, this got more publicity again. Then it made it back to court, and then the court case, the conviction was eventually overturned, I believe, last year after he spent quite a bit of time in jail. So I'll read right here.
And was it overturned because of the the attention this podcast brought?
It
Did that
helped,
help?
and that's part of it. Yes, it definitely did help, right? And then so Adnan's his efforts to overturn his conviction gained national prominence via the massive popular podcast Serial. Spent 23 years in prison while maintaining his innocence. So mind you, this guy gets thrown in jail as a high schooler, spends 23 years in prison, right, for a murder he says he didn't commit, and there's loose evidence. So I'm not claiming his innocence or otherwise, but now the court is going, and an appeals court reinstated the conviction now. However, they're saying that the court's decision will not necessarily send Syed back to prison, as it gives the parties 60 days to decide how to move forward. Now, and it's pretty much there that the victim's family should have been given more notice before the hearing on the state's motion to vacate the conviction. So in essence, because they may not have given the victim's family enough notice, this man, and again, it wasn't like his conviction was overturned because it wasn't enough evidence. So I don't know what it has to do with their notice one way or the other. If there wasn't enough evidence, wasn't enough evidence. If I didn't tell you today, I told you tomorrow. Sorry, but there still wasn't enough evidence. That's the core dynamic here. But now, dude may go back to jail. Like that would just mess.
That's a mind bleep,
bro. Like this is horrible on so many levels. It's crazy. When I was hearing this, I was like, yo, this is madness. So I definitely recommend listening to this podcast. It's really, really, really interesting. And like I said, it's not black and white. So you will have to kind of draw your own conclusion as to whether or not he is innocent or guilty. But neither here nor there, the court said there wasn't enough evidence and overturned his conviction. And now we may have to go back again. So it's crazy. That whole thing was just madness. You want to say something, guy?
No. I was listening when you finish.
I am. That's when I pause like that for an extended period of time. It means I'm finished.
Yeah. Pause for effect.
Yeah.
What do you? Random thought. What are your thoughts on credit card promotions on airlines?
So again, Dominic, who's done no prep work, is reading what I put in the notes for this at all because it annoys me every flight.
Dude, I just came back on a Spirit flight. I had an experience on it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You are a lying ass. It's literally in my notes in credit card promotion in American Airlines flight. So it's literally in my notes,
not my notes.
That's what I said because you don't have any notes. They're always my notes. My So hold up. Spirit has a credit card?
I had no idea. I had to listen to a 10-minute rant and first of all, the guy gets on there and starts doing airplane aerobics. Never seen that before.
What do you mean airplane aerobics? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, guys, loosen up. Come on, stick the hand up in there. About 50 people on the flight start doing it for a couple minutes.
Got to be joking.
Rotate your shoulders, move around. I was actually feeling it. Then he went into this
trying to do it. Did it too?
No. I didn't do it. I'm digging it. I'm digging the aspect of it, right? Then he starts doing this little stand-up routine for a couple minutes. It's just what's going on. And then he started saying, I know you guys are thinking what the whole point of this is about credit cards and this, and don't worry, we're not going to talk about that. Or maybe we are. And then it just went on and on and on. And he started working out the scenarios. Well, if you wanted to fly from Fort Lauderdale to this, it would take this miles, but all you have to spend is this. And he was just going on, and he wouldn't stop. At that point, I got annoyed, right? Because he was loud, dude. Loud.
Well, that's so always. So one of the reasons. Okay,
I don't mind them when they're really. It's a business plan. They do 1 minute and they talk about it and they come down now. This was ongoing and wouldn't stop.
So what annoys me is twofold of these things generally, right? When you do it in a plane that has the TVs in the headrest, it stops whatever I'm watching so I can hear this thing, which I don't like.
Yes.
Number two is it normally happens when the flight's almost over. So other times I'm asleep and are you waking me up before we land to talk about this stuff? Again, I don't like. Three. And people take these things, by the way. So it's not just there are people doing this, which is why they keep going down this method, who take the brochure to get their 60,000 miles on Barclays, because I know it. And Barclays has the American Airlines card, and it's 60,000 miles. And for the purchase of a cup of coffee, you can get your 60,000 miles if you do it within the next 90 days. So I know the whole spiel because I hear it every flight, and I'm on a lot of these flights. But it blows my. I just don't get I don't know when this became a thing, and I wish it wasn't. But it is. And it's loud, to your point. But I don't know, why would Spirit need a credit card?
Why would it need? What's the difference?
It's Spirit. What's the average flight cost?
But what's the difference?
If I earn miles on Spirit, what am I getting? Am I getting
free
the upgrade?
airfare and Spirit.
Am I getting the upgrade to a less comfortable seat?
No, but
like,
remember,
what am I getting?
you can't bring anything. So you have to pay for a bag. You have to pay for a carry-on bag. You have to pay for a checked bag. You have to pay to select the seat. You have to pay to. They even give you access on certain airports to kind of use like Clear or TSA pre-check to bypass security lines. You can pay to get on the plane earlier than others. I'm the opposite. I like being the last one on the plane when they've said 3 times final boarding call. And I'm like, bullshit. I know it's not the final boarding call because there's still people right here in front of me. So
but also, you like being the last person because you normally check luggage. So for you, it doesn't matter.
Oh, but going to Vegas, I didn't check luggage.
Space.
Going to this weekend, I didn't check. Not Vegas, Houston. I didn't check luggage. I still like being the last one on.
But then what are you going to do with the overhead space? Oh, we had a book bag, so you're fine again. Yeah. You don't need the overhead space.
Overhead space, I'll find something.
I don't think you know how that works. There's not like there's
I mean,
there's a
I've
finite
been burned
supply.
A couple times where they
That's
say,
my
"Oh,
point.
we've run out. You got to check your thing." And
yeah,
I'm like, screw you.
There's a finite supply. It's not like I'll just find something willy nilly. It's not the way that works. That's why many people kind of want to rush on the flight to put their bags up top so they can utilize it. That's kind of that.
Calm down, people.
No, I don't get the rushing onto the plane to just sit on the plane. I'm with you, right? But then again, it's also group 1, so the dynamic's a little different for me. Because I want to get my luggage up there and just kind of chill out. If I'm not checking luggage.
You ever get the dirty look where you miss your group and it's onto other groups, but clearly your group was first, so you can go?
Yeah.
But other groups are upset because they're going and you're all of a sudden now just jumping in front of them. You ever do that? Or just
I do it all the time. No, I do it all the time. Sit back.
And you give them I'm group 1.
No, I just walk by. I don't do it. I just keep walking. And because there's 2 lanes. There's like the 1 lane for like groups 5 through whatever for American, and there's groups 1 through 4, the priority lane. So by the time it's done, during the priority lane is empty because everybody's going through the regular lane. So I'll just walk to the priority lane and go in. So yeah, I've done that before as well, right? That's just.
Do you have an issue with your personality if you're late to a flight, asking a bunch of people in security if you can get past them?
I generally have not had that experience, so no.
Oh, not really?
No.
I've had it
unlike you, really, who's always late to this show, can't make it on time to a flight. Come on, man.
Excuse me. Do you mind? Excuse me.
No.
Excuse me.
I think the one time I was missed a flight was because of you going to Aruba for Lionel's wedding, and I missed that flight. And I'm blaming it on you, and I don't know if it's actually your fault, but I believe it was. I don't miss flights generally. Knock on wood. Now I'm going to miss a flight on Monday. But I generally don't miss flights because I prefer to get there a little early, kick back, go have a bite to eat, get on the plane leisurely, and kind of chill out. Like I'm not the dude who's trying to rush to make things happen, right? Like that's kind of the game for me. I keep it nice and simple.
All right. Kaboom. So, be better, eat better. Justice over order. Admit when you dye your hair.
If only I had to. Luckily, admit it's not my fault I look youthful and you're looking a little haggard in your old age, and that's what you got to change. If you didn't dye your hair, like would it be like full on gray?
It's getting to a point now where
was it just the temples? Like is it Fred Muntz? It's like
no. That's the thing. Like I wouldn't care about that. Now it's being more gray. So it's almost like I could let it go, right?
But with your top, like everything would be gray.
No, it's more the sides. It's weird. It's like what's his name from Sopranos?
That's what I was trying to go with that guy, or I was looking at Mr. Fantastic if you're playing Fantastic Four. It's a Marvel character.
Yeah. No, it's what's his name from Sopranos, and that's the weird look.
Yeah. So the white, so the sides are white.
It's all sides. It's sporadic.
That is kind of strange. So the top of your hair is black, and the sides are whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You gotta let that grow out, though. We gotta see what that looks like.
No, we don't.
I mean, you get it shaved anyway. It's not like it's just flowing.
No, we don't.
You don't want to just make it a thing?
No.
All right, I guess not.
Justice over order, eat better. Apple's been pretty good to us. They screwed us one time in the past, maybe 68 weeks. So write review, help us out. 30 seconds. That's a call to action today, folks. Even if you listen on Spotify or something else, if you have an Apple phone, just go to the podcast. I think you could even do us a favor if you don't have an Apple phone. Just search Apple Podcasts online. Search the show, just AIB Show Apple Podcasts, and just give a quick little review. 30 seconds of your time. Appreciate it. Enough love.
Take it, everybody. Thank you.